Hello guys, and welcome to episode 4 part 2 of making gold in ESO. In part 1 we covered trait crafting and set piece crafting in order to make ourselves a bit of extra cash. We covered how to find what's popular at the time and what's selling. Now in this part 2 we'll be covering all of your consumables, so enchanting, provisioning and alchemy. These are definitely not to be overlooked for a chance to make a bit of gold. Some of the crafts are easy and quick to level, and it's a good opportunity for us to cash in. So let's jump right in and get started, shall we? So we're in the Shornhelm Bank here at the cooking fire, cooking up an absolute storm. And provisioning is just like any other craft. You do your research, find out what's selling, and most of the times it's going to be your buy stat, maximum stat foods. So maximum health, maximum stamina, maximum health, maximum magicka. They're all going to work well for you. They're definitely going to sell, but for how much, I'm not 100% sure. But it's a good way to chew up some of those mats and make some gold for you. Even though they may not be worth too much, you can always sell them by the stack. So they take up less space. And don't forget the delicacies. Do a bit of research in these. Some are quite good. Maximum health, stamina recovery, maximum magicka, health recovery, etc. Could work in well for PvP. Do your research so you see how much they're going for. Now, another thing to definitely not forget is the tri-stat drink and the tri-stat food, which is pretty popular in PvP because it lifts all of your stats. So in the form of drink it lifts all of your recoveries, in the form of food it lifts all of your stats, so health, magicka, stamina, lifts them all. So don't overlook those. So a couple of things that I've been having success with lately is parasitic ambrosia. Yes, it does require perfect grow, but you can still make a nice margin on it. And is Witch Mother's potent brew. I'm not sure why it's worth what it is, because every person should honestly have the recipe, but I'm making some pretty good margins. So as you can see here, for a low quantity, I'm pulling in some decent gold for it. So I'm going to continue to make that while it's viable. And that's pretty much provisioning, guys. There's not a lot to it. Like I said, do your research and make bulk if you need to. If they're not worth much, make a stack of them. Someone will buy them. If they're like me, they go through a lot of food quickly. And it's definitely an avenue to be looked at. So alchemy, along with provisioning, in my opinion anyway, is one of the easiest crafts to level. You'll get to level 50 quite quickly just by spending a couple of thousand gold on some herbs, and you can get there quite quickly. And it also offers up a good opportunity to make some gold. Now, you can make any level, but typically CP 150 is going to bring in the most gold. Now, like any other craft, it's what people are after and what's popular at the time. Stam, magicka builds, so forth, so on. So if we just go through a few here, so first of all is the good old tripod. Almost every build can benefit from this. PvP, PvE, doesn't matter. It's a really good one, so we'll make a few of those and we'll check prices. This one here is just some major vitality. Where are we? Okay, essence of immovability. So this is a PvP pot. Very, very handy. You'll sell these quite quickly for a good price, so I'll make a few of those. Another good one here, essence of lingering health, It's very strong. I think PvP guys use it. I also use it on some of my tank builds. It goes quite well, especially for those OP moments. You get your basic spell power, essence of spell power, and then basically the two weapon power pots. So that's your bread and butter of your alchemy. There are many more, like countless more, and I think the only other one that may be worth a fair bit of gold that I haven't got here is going to be the detect potion. I do believe that's a big PvP potion. You can make some good gold off of that. I don't know how to make it, unfortunately, but a quick Google will find that for you. When it comes to poisons, I've only got the one here. This poison here for when I do go into PvP, generally to level alliance rank, just for the skills. PvP is not my thing, but when I use poisons, this is the one I use. I don't have any MM prices on it, but you should be able to get a little bit for that. So let's have a quick look. Let's rattle through them. Okay, so as you can see, 125 gold, 131, 119, boom, 204, look at that. What's this bad boy? 156 gold. So there you go. So that's them there. Very good way to bring in some extra cash. Obviously, you're gonna have to farm or buy the reagents and the solvents, but you gotta spend money to make money, guys. Okay, let's move on to enchanting. So enchanting is again much like the other crafts. You want to do some market research, hit up your guild stores, hit up other guild stores in the bigger cities, and see what prices and what's selling for what amount of gold. Now a big decision here is whether to make the items in Cuda, so make them gold or make them purple. Generally purple's a good safe bet. So as you can see here, cost on a recruiter is roughly $80 odd. The cost on the reporter here is $350. So as you can see at the moment, we're just into, what are we in? Just in $450 odd gold, sorry. Don't ruin my immersion, drunk. Denima. Okay, so Denima is worth 10 gold. Okay, so I've got one of these in my inventory. So for $450 worth of costing, we're out of pocket. So there we go. We almost made a solid 800 gold off the one enchant. Now this is going to be the same across the board generally, with depending on your essence stone. So but generally stick with your stamina, your health, spell damage, max magicka, stamina regen. There's a lot of them. Like I said, do your research, find out what's going to work. Your gold ones will sell, but your cost is going to be high. You'll have to make the conscious decision whether you'd like to go to that sort of trouble. But yeah, put the feelers out there, guys, and do your research and go hard. It really is. It's that easy. I mean, look, for 561 sales in the past 39 days. So the things are selling. They're selling for a good amount of gold, and the profit margin's there. So just do your research, and it'll all work out for you. Just wrapping things up here, guys, there's a couple of things I'd like to talk about. First thing is that meta and patches will come and go. Some items will be hot, some items won't be. So you're going to need to evolve. So don't get stuck. Keep selling the same thing that's not worth anything. It's slowly devaluated. Evolve with the meta and with the change, and to keep on top of the game. Another thing is that you don't always have to sell your wares in a guild store. You can also advertise your craft in zone chat. But just remember that this brings you face to face, more of a customer service kind of scenario. So you're going to have to deal with somebody who's after a certain style certain trade, certain level, etc., so forth, so on. So it really adds that third dimension to the sale. So if you're selling in a guild store, it's more of a take it or leave it kind of a sale. They either want it or they don't. But in person, you really do open yourself up to a lot of different scrutinies. So you want to make sure you're at the top of your craft and you're capable of handling most things. So we're starting to draw to a close of the series. There's definitely one more episode left. Not entirely sure about 2 more, but we'll see how we go. I've enjoyed making these videos. I hope you have too. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in episode 5. Cheers.